Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Home Cocktails. I'm your host, Darko Martin. The idea on this channel is to share some of my experiences throughout my career, some of the great cocktails I've learned to make, some of the cocktails I've created, and some of them are great classic cocktails which we all know. The first episode is dedicated to a legendary bar which is called Trader Vick's. The founder of Trader Vick's, perhaps some of you know, that is Victor Jules Bergeron. Trader Vick's has been established since 1933, 1934 I guess, and is still worldwide known bar. You might have noticed, some of you, that I'm wearing rather unusual outfit. I'm wearing white trousers and a very colorful shirt with a lot of parrots all over it. But that's exactly what this Trader Vick's about. This is the current and back then uniform of Trader Vick's bartenders. That's what I'm wearing today in respect of Mr. Bergeron, Trader Vick. And I will be dedicating this episode to Trader Vick's and one very legendary cocktail, which is Mai Tai. Before we start making this legendary Mai Tai cocktail today, first of all I would like to share my mini collection of Trader Vick items or glasses, as you would like to say. As you can see behind me, I've got a few glasses. Please concentrate on the ceramic ones mostly. Those other ones are not Trader Vick's collection. Let's start from this one here. This is the coconut shell. Even says on it Trader Vick's, actually since 1934, when the first Trader Vick's was opened in the United States by Victor Bergeron, with the nickname Trader Vick's later on. We used to serve in this glass, if I remember well, a cocktail called Wahine and Kamaina. This glass been in my possession probably for quite a few years, and I acquired those glasses as I've been visiting my friends and colleagues, years after I stopped my employment with Trader Vick's. I've been going back to visit them, and therefore on occasions I bought a glass or I was given by the manager or so on. However, this collection still remains in my possession. I'm very proud of it. It's a very small part of it. I've got quite a few more actually back in London, but as we are based in Macedonia now, in my own kitchen and home bar, this is what I've got to show you today. Moving on from the coconut shell, here on the right side we've got, this is a glass called actually salmon fork cutter, as the name says itself. We used to make salmon fork cutter cocktail inside, and we also used to make another drink called potted parrot. And what you see here, these funny little colorful pretty birds, which are parrots, were actually the garnish for the cocktail. And those parrots, cocktail sticks, whatever at the time, were available for the clients after having the drink to take this at home. So it was hugely popular, and we used to run out of them quite often. On the left side here, we've got two little dolls, two ceramic dolls, which are actually salt and pepper, typical for the restaurant and for the bar in Trader Vick's. Over here, we got this glass, which is called Tahitian mug. We used to make a beautiful bourbon drink, honey inside there. If I look at under the glass, guys, what's significant about these glasses is that, most of them are really old. This particular one, I don't know if you can see there on the camera, it's made 1963, and that's Trader Vick's glass. It's made for Trader Vick's. Some of them are perhaps even older or maybe younger. This one is from 1993. There will be others that are 1972 and so on and so on. Over here, we've got the glass. This is a headhunter's mug. We used to make coffee grog. On the left here, we've got the scorpion ball. This was the scorpion ball. Usually we made a cocktail here and it served for 6 people, long straws. We also have a single portion of a scorpion which is served in a different glass. This glass, it's also 1963 surprisingly. However, very old glass, is still in a perfect mint condition for me here. This is just a very small collection, as you can see, but the king out of all those glasses here, guys, is the one right on the top, and that's the legend. And perhaps the most celebrated glass in the world, if you ask me. That's my personal opinion, and that's the Mai Tai glass. Here we are. There's the famous Mai Tai glass. I'm just gonna put it here so the viewers can see it better. Those little cute dolls are actually honey dolls, and they are typical Hawaiian dolls. We also used to use one of them as a garnish in a very different drink, which was actually called many honey juice. And clients would also keep this little toy as a souvenir from being in Trader Vic's and having a wonderful cocktail in a great atmosphere. Before we start making the Mai Tai, our cocktail for today, perhaps I'll tell you a little bit more about it, a little bit of the history of Mai Tai, and I would like to show you something else which I actually didn't forget, but I was going to come back to this after showing you the glasses. This book, I'm really sorry guys, but all the lettering, it's gone. It's an old book. This was 1972 printed. This is the revised edition of Mr. Trader Vick cocktail book. It's got a great meaning to me. This book was given to me actually by the manager who actually set up the first cocktail bar in London, which was Trader Vic's. And it was given to me, I think it was 1995, if I remember well, for my birthday. Along with it, he brought a beautiful a silver-plated jigger or a measure pour, you want to call it. Unfortunately, that one remains in my home in London. I haven't got it with me here today. Otherwise, I would be completed, to make this Mai Tai as original as possible. Anyway, this book, guys, I definitely recommend it to any bartender, regardless of the age of it. Yes, the cocktail industry has moved on. We have been creative, innovative, and very modernized those days. However, this is almost like a Bible to the bartenders. It's not just about cocktail recipes and making a drink. It's about your behavior, how to handle yourself behind the bar, dealing with people, and enjoying what you're doing. So this is the book. Perhaps I should protect it a little bit better, but I think you can see here it still says Bartender's Guide, and it's been a revised edition of Trader Vick's book. For decades, Mai Tai has been a drink that many people claim to say that they've innovated it. It's hard to say who really innovated it. My strong belief, it is Mr. Trader Vick that made the first Mai Tai, and that we would be going back sometimes back in 1944. The only controversy that I might be regarding that someone has something to say about Mai Tai, that would be the biggest competitor throughout his life and career to Mr. Trader Vick I'm talking about, and that would be Don Beachcomber, which actually opened the tiki bars perhaps for first time in United States, few years even before Mr. Trader Vick did. However, the legend about Trader Vick is that when Trader Vick was at his service bar in Oakland, he had a couple of friends visiting him from Tahiti. He decided to make something different, it was very simple, but it was different for him at that time, and he decided to make something with rum and something fruity. When Mr. Trader Vick made the drink, so-called Mai Tai these days, and presented it to his couple of friends from Tahiti, his friend Carol from Tahiti said something in Tahitian, and she said, Mai Tai roa ae, which literally in Tahitian means very good. Figuratively speaking, it means the best out of this world. And that is Mai Tai, guys, and that's the legend of Mai Tai. If anybody else wants to claim it, that he made it, I think will be a wrong thing to do. As Mr. Trader Vick, he made a very harsh statement. I always laughed at it when I read it in his book. But he said here somewhere, in regards of the claims who invented Mai Tai, he said, anybody who says I didn't create this drink is a dirty stinker. Now, let's get back to the Mai Tai and the ingredients that Mr. Trader Vick used to make this Mai Tai. He states that he used 70 years of age old rum, which was Ray and Nephew, if I remember well, and that is a Jamaican rum, guys. 17 years of age rum these days can come pretty dear to us, especially to someone like me or yourself, the viewers there. If you're going to be making these cocktails at home, not many of us will be having 17 or 15 or 25 years of age rum or whiskeys at home. Therefore, in this episode, I will try to come the closest I can to what Victor made back in the 1944 with his Mai Tai. I will base myself on that Jamaican rum. I've got a substitute for it, my choice, my personal choice, from my small collection of drinks that I have at home, I decided to use the Appleton Estate Reserve blend. It's supposed to be about 8 years of age rum. Again, it's not 17, but pretty good for Mai Tai if you ask me, and especially that something that is more affordable to myself. Victor used an ounce of the brand Nephew Jamaican rum and used another ounce of good Martinique rum. I do not have Martinique rum either in my collection, but I decided to use a different dark rum. At my possibilities at the moment, and today I will use Jamaican dark rum, Captain Morgan in this case. Then Victor decided to do something different. Apart from that he wanted to marry the lime juices with the rum, he decided to give a little twist to it. So what he did, when I used to work in Trader Vic's, we used to have a ready-made Mai Tai mix. However, the closest we can get, and actually the original recipe of the Mai Tai mix would be a French orgeat syrup, which is an almond syrup. So he put dash of that made a lot of difference to the drink. We also used Dutch orange curacao. I do not have a Dutch liqueur here. I actually do have one, but it is both, and it's an apricot brandy. But I do have a couple of triple sec here, and I do have a Cointreau. We're talking about an orange flavor liqueur, although it's not from Holland. Okay guys, let's start with the lime. I'm gonna cut one lime on a half, and then on another half. There we go, and the other half too. However, I'm gonna leave one shell of the lime there, 1/4 of the lime, and this is exactly what Victor did when he made the first Trader Vic. He squeezed half of the lime into the drink, and he left the remaining lime shell on a side, which he later used for a garnish. He squeezed it right at the end, and he just chucked it back in the drink. So this is also a lime squeezer, which is old-fashioned. You know, those days, you know, there is many types of lime squeezing gadgets, but this is the one that we used to use in Trader Vic's back in the days. I believe they still use it. This is actually a new purchase. I only had it for about 2-3 years, but obviously it's a good old thing and it's still around and it works pretty well. Okay, we're done with the lime. Let's go with the rum. We said we're gonna be using an Appleton Jamaican Gold Reserve blend around today, which I'm gonna put about 25 mils of it. Okay. We also need another 25 mils of the dark rum. This is again Jamaican rum. You know, we could have been using Martinique rum if we had it, but we're using in this occasion dark rum. It's another 20 mils of the dark rum. We do have, although that lime was quite juicy and it did produce quite a bit of lime juice, I'm still going to add up another 15 mils of the fresh squeezed lime juice. And finally, to complete the sweet and sour marriage between the lime and the sugar, I'm going to use a homemade sugar syrup. These days, widely used in cocktail bars would be gum syrup. However, guys, this is slightly flavored to this syrup. Gum syrup is nice. I use it myself, you know, in many cocktails. But I try to come closer to, again, to the original recipe of Victor Bergeron. He used a raw candy. This is something we even used back in Trader Vic's as a candy swizzle. It's really nice. Instead of using a sugar, we used to give to customers, and they melt the swizzle, the raw candy swizzle, right into the glass. Anyway, homemade syrup, probably about 10 mils. We don't want to make it too sweet. And now we're gonna be making that famous Mai Tai. Mai Tai mix, it's a secret mix, guys. We used to get it ready in bottle. None of us really knew what they put, but according to the original recipe by Mr. Trader Vic, it was used an orgeat syrup and a dry orange curacao. Back in the days, it was from Holland. Today, we are using what we have, and we are using a French orange curacao. And we're putting just 15 mils of these, guys. The orgeat is very sweet and it's got that very specific almondy taste. And we're only gonna use a dash, which I would call it probably about 5 mils, guys, you know. Now, one of the most important components for any cocktail, guys, especially in Trader Vic's cocktails, they use a lot of crushed ice, from huge importance. Will it be crushed ice or cube ice? You know, it will be very, very, very important, you know, how our drink will look like and taste like. I do not have an ice crusher. I do not have a nice shave icing machine, whatever. But we will use a home crushed ice, and hopefully it will be dry enough and good enough to make a great Mai Tai. Okay, now that we have all the ingredients, all wet ingredients in our Boston glass, now all it remains is to add the crushed ice. Hopefully my one is cold and dry enough. Otherwise, guys, you know, if your ice is not dry enough, then it will melt far too fast, you know, once you shake the drink. So put all the crushed ice in the ice in the Boston glass, and then we're gonna give a very gentle rotational shake to the Mai Tai. And this is very specific to the Mai Tai shaking, guys. Not just Mai Tai shaking, Trader Vic style shaking. We do not just shake the drink up and down and create turbulence, you know, crushing ice and making all the bubbles in the drink. Some drinks do require hard shaking like that. However, things like with crushed ice, especially things like Mai Tai, we want to see how the drink and the liquid oscillates and rotate in your glass and your shaker rather than going up and down. So this is what we're gonna do now, and this is the particular shake, and I don't know if you can see, but you can see that my content in the glass is going in oscillation circle. There we go. That was a very nice gentle shake. There we go. All the ingredients all inside, remaining shelf, like Mr. Trader Vic says. We squeeze the rest in the glass. We are lucky enough today to have another typical Trader Vic item, and that is the typical Trader Vic's cocktail fruit stick, guys. This is how it looks. This is again the original fruit stick that I've kept over 23 years now, and I've been carrying it around the world with me like the rest of my collection. And it's a Trader Vic's cocktail stick. It's very simple, just a fresh pineapple triangle, and that is a cocktail maraschino cherry that is simply put on the glass, and then is garnished with a nice big bunch of fresh mint leaves. And this is actually what Victor made when his friend Karel said, Mai Tai, Roa Ae. And there we go, guys. You've got that beautiful, hopefully beautiful Mai Tai drink made by Darko Martin for you to enjoy. I'm dedicating this drink to my great friends, colleagues over 25 years, that some of them still work in Trader Vic. And I'm dedicating this drink to the man that invented it and made it for the first time over 60 years ago. And I will have a sip in his honor. This is to you, Victor. This is to all of you in Trader Vic's. And Victor, rest in peace, brother. Cheers. Wow, Mai Tai Roa Ae.